Thank you everyone for joining on time, and it's good to see you all. And I hope everyone is doing good this morning. So we'll start this session right away. Am I audible to each and everyone? Can someone confirm me?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So today,
Yes, bro.
now we'll be discussing about the cybersecurity demo. So basically here we are having three level of curriculums. We have designed the course into three levels like L1, L2 and L3. So we'll be directly going through the L3. Then you can easily understand what is L1 and L2 means. Okay. So first let me explain you about the L3. And my first message that I would like to convey in this demo is that it is completely job oriented trading, not like other institutes, or like it's not completely it's not theory. We are learning to we are going to learn completely in real time. It's completely job oriented program. The way I'm working in my organization is the way I'm going to explain you, or is the way that you're going to learn. Okay. So 100% real time, and 100% job oriented. Okay. So whatever the concepts we are promising is 100% we are going to deliver, and trust me, you can expect more than that only, not less. Okay, I guess that's a good note to start this demo. So first we'll see what we are going to cover in this advanced concept. L3 is advanced, which is architect level. And do not worry that you are from different backgrounds. Yes, I understand people are from different backgrounds, different industries. People are working from non-IT, or people are working from pharmacy or some other different industry. So you don't have to worry. And some are from freshers also. Yes, so you don't have to worry. Everyone, doesn't matter. You're from different background or you're fresher, doesn't matter. I'm going to train you from basics to the advanced level. Okay, so you don't have to worry anywhere, and do not have to think in negative also. Yes, I'm there to help you end of the day. So yeah, we can start it. So it's an artificial intelligence driven cyber security program that you're going to learn, completely AI based. Okay, because nowadays every sector, every industry is completely into the artificial intelligence. They are using artificial intelligence based tools and software, etc., etc. So that also we'll be learning in our classes that are going to start from Monday. So basically, this model is designed for Security Operations Center L3. So if you are coming for L3 course, so here you will be covering, security operation. There are basically different types of domains in the cyber security. So here we are covering the Security Operations Center L3. We have L1 and L2 and L3 in SOC. So you'll be covering all these three levels in this program, in this advanced level of program. And you'll be also covering the domain which is threat hunting and threat intelligence, which is the second point. And you'll also learn how to do the SOC auditing, not only the technical stuff. Once you learn the technical stuff, like if you wanted to go to SOC or you wanted to go to threat hunting or threat intelligence, doesn't matter. Or even if you wanted to go to the auditing, here we'll be explaining you how you can do the auditing. Okay, how you will be learning how to do the SOC auditing also. Then the last, what we say, domain that you're going to learn is data loss prevention. Okay, so we'll see one by one, and we will be in this advanced curriculum. You will be learning all these four, what we say, domains in the cyber security. Okay, SOC is different domain. Threat hunting and threat intelligence is different domain. SOC auditing is different domain. Data loss prevention is different domain. Okay, sorry for that. I see people are still joining. It's a good go, is what I feel. Okay, so next we'll see. Okay, what you will learn in this course, what you will learn from this course, we'll be saying it. It's an advanced, what I have told you. It's an L3. So what you will learn. So I've told you, like, people from different backgrounds, freshers can learn this course. So these are the different 16 models that you will be going to learn. Okay, the first module would be the fundamentals of networking. Then the second models would be the fundamentals of cyber security, which includes the ethical hacking. So here we'll be covering the ethical hacking also. Then you will learn different tools, like from 3 to 14, this 3 to 14 stages, you will be learning different tools like Splunk Enterprise Security, Cortex XM, Microsoft Defender, Sentinel-1, Microsoft Purview for DLP, Microsoft Azure for Entra ID signings, Abnormal AI, Axonius, Panorama, Threat Hunting and Intelligence, SOC Auditing, Sandbox, SOPs and reports, job preparation. So these are the different models, 16 different models that you will be learning in the advanced curriculum. Okay, now we will see individually, like fundamentals of networking, what you are going to learn, from fundamentals of cybersecurity, what you are going to learn, from Splunk, what are the different concepts you are going to learn, etc., etc. We'll see one by one. Okay, so let me go to the next page, which is the first model is fundamentals of networking. Okay, in this fundamentals of networking, there are 15 different concepts. So I have mentioned all these 15 different types of concepts. It means you're not going to learn the basics. If I'm telling you what is an IP address, I'm explaining you in depth. Okay, I'll not just give you the definition, and I'll not just leave you at the definition. From our classes that we are going to learn is the in-depth concepts. You do not have to put a negative mind that we are going to teach you just basics. No, it's completely no. So whatever the concepts you are seeing here is into in-depth. Okay, for example, IP addressing. If I'm explaining you what is an IP addressing, I'll tell you why do we need an IP address, why does system needs an IP address. Okay, like every person across this world needs a mobile number to communicate each other, right? So like a systems has to communicate each other in the network, so they need an IP address. Like if I have to call you, I need your mobile number, I need your mail address. Likewise, if systems has to communicate each other, they need an IP address. So I'll tell you why IP address is required. What are the different types of IP address we have? IPv4 and IPv6. Why we have two types of two types of IP address? Okay. Why IP address are divided into public and private IPs? Okay. So basically, system, as we know, everyone knows, system understands these decimal format. It does not understand the binary language. System understand the binary language. It does not understand the human language, or it does not understand like Telugu, Hindi, English, or it does not understand the numerics or alphabet. Nothing at all. So when you assign an IP address, how this decimal format of IP address is converted into the binary format, so that system can understand. Okay, in what way the binary yes, Devyani, you have some question? Is my voice clear?
No, sir.
Or is it breaking?
No, sir. It's not breaking, but I have no question, sir, and I accidentally clicked it. Sorry.
Okay. Fine. Okay. If you're having any doubts, we'll discuss after the end of the demo. Okay. So first, let try to understand the concepts that we're going to learn from this demo. Okay, why do we have public IP and private IP address? What is the need for it? Why they have designed this it in IP addressing in this way? Why do we have two IPv4 and IPv6? Why do we have public IP and private IP? How do we configure them? Okay, what are the different types of classes we are having in the IP address? Okay, who is configuring it? In which all devices we have to configure the IP address? We'll be learning it from the IP addressing concept. Okay. Next, you have networking and the network components. Like we will see, so if two devices or multiple devices across the organization has to communicate each other. Okay, if you go to any organization, we have thousands of devices, right? How those devices will communicate each other? So those devices can communicate each other with the help of some networking devices like switches, router, and hubs. So what is the difference between switch? What is the difference? What is a router? What is the difference between switches, router, and hubs? How do we configure them? What are the different protocols used to configure them so that all the devices in the network can communicate each other? All those things we'll be understanding here. And what are the types of computer networks and connectivity? Like when devices are communicating each other, like let's say you have an office in Hyderabad. You also have an Guys, mute. Everyone, please mute. Okay. So if you have an office in Hyderabad and if you have an office in New York, okay, then how this devices from Hyderabad office communicate to the devices in the different area which is in New York. We'll understand from learning the LAN and WAN concept. Okay. how this devices in single area and single building, or devices in different locations can communicate each other. We'll understand using the LAN, WAN, and unicast, multicast, and broadcast connectivities. And we'll also see what is an hardware address, what is a MAC address, what is ARP, what is NIC. It means when devices are communicating each other. Okay, like every person has a mobile number as a name. We have every device has a MAC address and IP address. Okay, we'll see what is the difference between MAC address and IP address also. Okay, how this MAC address and ARP protocols or NICs are used in this the computer devices or routers or switches. Okay, why do we use them? Why do we have it? We'll understand in easily from our classes. And we'll see what is routing, what is types of routing protocols. Okay, so if devices has to communicate each other across different areas or within the same building, we use some routing protocols like here we have routers or switches. With the help of routers and switches, we make devices communicate each other, but end of the day they have to be configured, right? So we'll learn like routing protocols like EIGRP, OSPF, RIP, and BGP, how we can configure them, how do we use them to configure it in the routers and switches, so the routers and switches will help other devices to communicate each other. We'll clearly understand from routing and types of routing protocols. And we'll see what is port, what is protocol. So there are almost 65,535 ports and protocols in a computer. So like we'll see top 15 or top 20 protocols. Okay, how ports and protocols are used to exchange the data between the computers or between the multiple computers. So we'll understand using ports and protocols. What is HTTP, HTTPS, what is FTP, DNS, DHCP, SMTP, and other well-known ports. So almost 20 to 30 different types of ports and protocols we'll be learning from our classes. And what these protocols used, what kind of data is exchanged by the computers by using these ports and protocols, we'll be learning clearly in our ports and protocol concepts. Okay, then we'll see what is difference between TCP and UDP handshake. Okay, how TCP and UDP is helping other protocols to exchange the data. And we'll see if the data is exchanged or not. We have to know if from one system to another system, if data is exchanged or not. If I'm sending a courier, for example, if I'm sending a courier, I have to know whether the courier is delivered or not, right? So when I have to know when the courier is delivered or not, or if I have to track the courier, then I get the tracking ID, right? In the TCP and UDP also, when the data is exchanged between two devices or multiple devices, you have to keep a track of the data. Okay, how much data has been sent, how much data has been not been sent. Okay, how do we check it, how do we do the analysis? Okay, so we'll see that using the TCP header and the packet analysis. Okay, then we will understand what is a network packet analyzer tool. So you have a network packet analyzer tool which is called Wireshark. So basically using Wireshark tool, you can monitor all the inbound and outbound traffic that is passing through your computer. You can know what kind of data is coming inside your laptop or your device. You can see what kind of data is going outside your laptop. Okay, all those things we'll understand using the Wireshark. Then you have OSA model, open system interconnections. So it's an 7-layer model. It will explain you how computers make the communication at different stages, at different 7-layer of stages. Okay, we'll explain you clearly in depth in our classes. Then you have workgroup model and domain model. You have ID means Active Directory, domain controller, databases, and authentication protocols, types of users. So basically in any organization, if you go you will have thousands of users or thousands of employees across this world, right? So if I have to change if I have to install some software in the device that is in the New York, let's say, consider I'm in the Hyderabad, I wanted to install some software, or I wanted to authenticate, I wanted to access some device that is in the New York office. I can do it centralizedly from the Hyderabad office. So we'll understand how we can access any device centralizedly, or we'll understand how I can manage any device centralizedly by sitting its one location from the Hyderabad location. So we'll understand basically from workgroup model and domain model. And clearly we will see that how they are configured. Okay, how thousands of devices are managed from central location or from one device. we'll see it from the workgroup model and domain model. And you have NAT and types, basically network address translation. For example, every device has a private IP address. So when it is going to the internet, the private IP address is not taken to the internet. Means your way of communication in the internet is used by public IP address. So what is the difference between public and private? Why private IP address cannot reach to the public internet? So how they are configured. So if my device is having a private IP address, when I'm browsing or when I'm doing some stuff in the internet, so basically my private IP address is hidden. So when I'm going to the internet, I'll have a different public IP address. So how the private IP address is converted into the public IP address in the internet, we'll see it using the NAT and types of NATing concept. Okay, the next one you have is network diagnostic utilities. So if there is any troubleshooting that you have to done, obviously if you have a large network, obviously you will have some technical issues. So how those technical issues can be solved, what we say, resolved or troubleshooted using different types of utilities or different types of tools we'll be using. We'll be learning using the network diagnostic tools. Okay, then you have firewalls and types of firewall concepts. So what is a firewall? What are the different types of firewalls that we have? Why do we need a firewall? Okay, in what way the firewalls are used? Why firewalls are configured to monitor the network traffic? All those things we'll understand in the firewall concept. We'll also see what are the different types of rules you can write in the firewall. What is implicit deny and explicit deny? What is in every firewall you have an UTM model, like a unified threat management model, which includes the IDS and IPS concept. Okay, we'll also understand what is firewall, types of firewalls, IDS and IPS, how these firewalls, IDS, IPS are used to monitor the network traffic. Okay, we'll be clearly understanding. Then we have a proxy. So basically in every organization you have a device called proxy. So proxy is basically used for monitoring this web traffic. So for instance, I'll give a small example. You cannot access the social media website in office laptops, right? So how you are blocked? If you wanted to access the Facebook, it says access is blocked. So that access is blocked, access blockage is implemented from this proxy only. Okay, so we'll understand what are the different types of proxies we have, how we can configure these proxies to block the unwanted sites, unwanted sites where users to block the access to this unwanted sites like facebook.com or any social media websites or any torrents website, any unwanted websites, how we can block them. And we'll see it using the proxy. So basically these are like different types, 15 different types of networking concepts that you are going to learn. So it will cover all the important networking concepts that are required for especially focuses on security operations center, which is SOC. Okay, so once you complete the fundamentals of networking, then you are good to go to the fundamentals of cybersecurity, which includes ethical hacking. So if you do not understand what is networking, what are network devices, how network devices communicate each other, then you cannot learn what is a cybersecurity at all. Even if you're trying a jobs in SOC, doesn't matter if you does not know the concepts of networking clearly, you cannot understand the security concepts at all. Because if you do not know how router switches are configured, if you do not know how protocols are working, if you do not know how firewalls are, why firewalls are used, if you do not know why proxy is used, or if you do not know how this TCP and UDP is working, trust me, you will definitely not understand the cyber security or the ethical hacking. That is the reason we have implemented all this. We have design curriculum in such a way that whatever you are going in the advanced level, so that whenever you are going to the advanced level, you do not miss the basics at all. So first we'll be covering the basics of fundamental networking, then you will go to the cyber security. If you understand how network works, then only you will understand a cyber security. Okay, so once the cyber security model is started, you will understand what is cyber security, what is the requirement of cyber security. Okay, and then you have what is hacking, what is ethical hacking, what are types of hackers, what are the different types of teams in cyber security. So basically you have three types of team: red team, blue team and purple team. Okay, so what is difference between these three teams? Why do we have this type of teams? Okay, then you will also see what is vulnerability, what is exploit, payload, what is the threat, what is the risk. Okay, so every organization is vulnerable, means every organization is having a weakness. Every organization is vulnerable to cyber attacks. So trust me, no, there is no organization in this world without a cybersecurity team. Every organization needs a cybersecurity team. Like every bank needs a CCTV camera. Likewise, every organization needs a cybersecurity team. Without a cybersecurity team, and if any organization is having, trust me, they are not monitoring. They're not preventing their customers' data at all. Without a cybersecurity team, trust me, no organization in this world will run properly, because there are thousands of hackers or crores of hackers across this world who will be trying to always hack any company. If you're not protecting your organization from the cyber attackers or from the hackers, then what is the point of doing the business, right? Because nowadays we are storing our data in the computer systems, we are storing our data in the database. When we store some confidential data like our banking information, our transactions, our amount, our customers data, our personal information, our health records. All those information is stored in the computer systems only. When we are storing all this information in the computer systems, end of the day we have to protect. Using that data only we are doing the business. So when you are not protecting it, there's no point of having the company at all or doing the business in the internet. That is why we have the cybersecurity team to protect the confidential data of any organization, right? So the next, what are the different types of threats that organization can have? What are the different types of risk that organization can have? We'll see it clearly, and we'll understand what is the difference between information security and cyber security. How this confidentiality, integrity, and availability is mainly focused on information security. How it is used, in information security, we'll understand clearly. And what is that activities that cyber security team does? What is the activities that information security team does? We'll see it clearly. And we'll see what are the different types of hacking operating systems. So when hack, what are the different types of, like in Windows we have a Windows operating system, we have a Linux operating system, we have a Mac operating system, right? We only, most of the people knows only these three operating systems. So there are many operating systems except Windows, Mac, or Linux. Hacker uses the other operating systems also. So when they're doing the hacking activities, they use different operating system. They do not use Windows or a Mac operating system. They use something different. So we'll see what are the different types of hacking operating systems we have. Okay. Then we'll see what is offensive, defensive, and we'll understand why do we have VPN. Okay, why do we have Tor browser? So basically, using the Tor browser, whatever the websites you're browsing using Google Chrome or Safari or Microsoft Edge or Mozilla Firefox, your internet service provider can know what websites you are visiting. Okay, so hacker uses the Tor browser, another browser like Tor browser, which is also a browser like a Google Chrome. So this browser helps a lot, to the hacker. This browser prevents or protect the hackers' information in the internet. So how these Tor browsers are used to perform the malicious activities in the internet, we will understand. Okay, then what is scanning? Types of scanning is not like a health scanning, like not a patient body checkup scanning. This scanning is different. Okay, so when hackers is performing, when a hacker is targeting any organization, okay, they will do some reconnaissance, they will gather some information, they will understand first what is the network infrastructure, what is their employee, what are the different in which all countries they are having the branches. Okay, what are network devices that they are using. Then next they will perform some scanning activities. They will check which ports are open, which ports are closed, what are the different types of networking devices that they are having, how their network devices are communicating or exchanging the data. All those information they will be doing using the scanning. So we'll understand how hacker will do the scanning and what are the different types of scanning that he uses, what are the different types of tools he uses to perform the scanning to gather the information. All those things will be learning in the scanning and types of scanning. Then you have next brute force attacks and types of brute force attacks. So brute force attack is nothing but guessing a username and password. Let's say you have a Facebook. Okay, your Facebook sometimes not now. Previously, we used to see our Facebook or Instagram or Twitter accounts used to get compromised. Right? Still now, most of the celebrities' Twitter accounts get compromised or hacked. They'll post in the internet saying that my Twitter account is hacked. If you receive any messages, please do not reply that. So how hackers are cracking their username and password, we'll understand using brute force and types of brute force attacks. So what are the different types of password cracking tools that we can use to guess any username and password? So we'll understand what are the different types of Windows event IDs, what is a event viewer, what is Windows login. For example, hacker is trying to crack your Windows username and password, your laptop Windows username and password. You can also check how many times he tried to guess your password, how many times he failed to log into your system, or how many times he successfully logged into your system. All those things will be understanding in the from Windows event IDs, event viewer, or Windows logs. In the Windows system, you can check which user has failed to log in, which at what time the user successfully logged into your system. Okay, we'll understand using the event viewer concept. Then next we have DOS and DDoS attacks. DOS and DDoS, it is one of the type of cyber security attack. There are n number of attacks in the cyber security. Likewise, one of the dangerous attack is DOS and DDoS attack. Let's say you have a website, your company is running a website. Using the DOS and DDoS attack, I can make your website down completely. Or you are having any server, I can make your server completely down. Or let's say I'll connect to your home Wi-Fi router. Okay, I'll connect to your home Wi-Fi router. Let's say to your home Wi-Fi router, there are 5 mobiles connected and 1 TV and 3 laptops connected. I'll make all these devices down. That means I'll make all your devices hang using the DOS and DDoS attacks. If I do DOS and DDoS attack on your Wi-Fi router, whatever the device is connected to your Wi-Fi router, you will not get, all these devices will get hang. You cannot use the devices at all. So that's how the dangerous this DOS and DDoS attacks are. So we'll understand how DOS and DDoS attacks can be performed. What are the different types of tools that DOS used to perform such kind of attacks? We'll be clearly understanding it. Okay. Then you have social engineering techniques like human-based, mobile-based, and computer-based. So basically, social engineering techniques are nothing but maybe everyone in their life have received some messages like click on this link to get 1,000 rupees voucher, or click on this link to download a free Spotify application, right? So these are like different types of techniques used by hacker to impress you and to make your device hack or to hack your device. So what are the different types of technique used by hackers? So like he might send a link. He might say that if you forward this link to 5 people or 10 people, you will receive 1,000 rupees voucher. You will get some discount coupon, something like that. So there are very like this technique. There are different types of techniques where hacker uses to hack your device or to hack your mobile. So we'll understand easily using from the social engineering techniques. Then you have sniffing and sniffers. Like we discussed already about the Wireshark, right? Let's say you are browsing some Facebook website, or you're browsing any website. You're trying to log into that website using the Wireshark tool. I can see your username and password, whatever you have used to log into any website. So how Wireshark can be used to see your username and password, I'll explain you clearly in the classes. Okay. So if you're visiting some website, without accessing your device, I can know which website you're visiting, or with which all devices you're making communication. I can see using the Wireshark. I can also see what is the inbound traffic that is coming to your laptop, or what is the outbound traffic that you're going outside your laptop. If you're visiting some websites, I can give all the list of websites that you have visited without having connection with your device at all. I will not access your mobile, but I will say which all websites you have visited. That we can learn from the Wireshark. Okay, we'll explain you that clearly. But this is not for doing some illegal stuff. If we learn how illegal stuffs are done, we can protect ourselves. So we are using it we are learning this technique in preventive measure, not in performing illegal activities. So the next one that you have, we'll see what is malware, types of malware. Like we have heard of, right? Maybe childhood, or recently, maybe all our personal laptops. Some day or some day in our life, our devices might be infected with the virus, right? We say my device is infected with the virus. So how this virus can be infected? So there is not only virus, there are different types of, it comes under a malware group. Virus is just a name that comes under the malware group. There are different types of malwares. So what are the different types of malwares? How hackers create that? How malwares are used to infect your system? So one malware or one virus can be created to encrypt your files, or one virus can decrypt, delete your files, or one malware is used as a spyware. Once that malware is installed in your system, that spyware, will silently monitor all your activities, whatever you are doing. So we'll see what are the different types of malwares we have, why they are used, why hackers create them, what activities they will do. Okay, then you have registry editors. Will explain you clearly register about registry. These malwares are, whenever they're installed in a system, they might be installed in the registry files. So the registry editors are, will estimate a file editor in your system. Okay, hacker use this registry files in your system to maintain access to your system for lifelong, or until unless you reinstall your operating system. So how these registry editors are used to perform the malicious activities, we'll see in our classes. Okay, then you have top 10 OWASP attacks. Top 10 OWASP attacks, in a sense, we'll understand if there is any website. On a website, using you can perform different types of attacks on a website. Using that website, let's say, using your website, I can get access to your databases, or using your website, I can make your website vulnerable. Let's say in your website is belongs to the banking. In your website, all the banking information will be available. I'll change all that content. I'll put whatever the content I want. That is one type of attack that we can learn. Let's say you're accessing a bank account. Okay, I can get, without knowing your username and password, I can log into your bank account also. That is one type of attack that we can perform. I can have access to your bank account or your Facebook without knowing your username and password. So how that attack can be performed will be seen. So there are top 10 OWASP attacks. So we'll be learning all about the top 10. So on a website, so if there is any website, these attacks are performed on the, these top 10 attacks are performed on the websites. Okay. Then how these attacks can be prevented, we'll also see. If there is any attack on your website, you can also monitor that using WAF, which is Web Application Firewall. Okay, so we'll clearly understand how this web application firewalls can be configured to monitor what kind of cyber attacks are taking place on your websites. Okay, what are the different types of web application firewalls you have? Which companies provide these web application firewalls? Okay, how do we configure them to monitor the attacks that are taking place on your websites? How this web application firewall will prevent your website from the attacks? All we'll see from the WAF. Then next we have vulnerability analysis. We'll see what is severity, scoring system, open source vulnerability, micro organization. This I will explain you clearly in the, vulnerability is nothing but a weakness in any software. A loophole in any software application is nothing but a vulnerability. So we'll understand how these loopholes are used by the hackers to hack your software or application or your system. So we'll be seeing that. Then you have zero-day attack. Zero-day attack is nothing but, no, trust me, no organization in this world is 100% secure. Even you, what we say, even you allocate a budget of 1,000 crores only for cybersecurity team or to protect your organization, still your organization is protected 99% only, but not 100%. No organization, it could be any organization, it could be Apple, Google, Microsoft, take whatever you want. No organization is secure 100%. Why? The reason is because of zero-day attacks. There are some attacks in the cybersecurity which is zero-day attacks. So we'll be seeing that what is zero-day attack, why 100% no organization is secure. Okay, we'll be understanding in our classes. Then we'll see what is proactive and reactive measures. Like proactive is nothing but taking actions before a cyber attack, securing organization completely before a cyber attack. Then reactive is nothing but protecting your organization after any cyber attack. So we'll see the main difference. Then you have cloud computing. What are the type cloud deployments? Like cloud providers, you have like Microsoft Azure, and you have AWS, Oracle, or GCP, Google Cloud Provider. So we'll see what are the types of services that they're giving, IaaS, SaaS, PaaS. We'll understand the difference between them. We'll also see why every organization is nowadays moving into the cloud. How can you protect it? And okay, we'll see it from the cloud computing. Then we'll understand building a robust defense strategy. You have to protect every organization. So in order to protect your organization, you need some strategies, you need some techniques, you need some procedures to follow. So what are the tactics, procedures, what are the strategies we'll be learning to to protect your organization, we'll be learning from cyber kill chain and miter attack. There is some framework that we follow. Using that framework, we can protect your organization. So what is that framework? We'll be understanding in our classes.